tried a thing called tuna sashimi. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Tune here back again. This time with another review. This time is POW, or Prisoner of War, on the Famicom. This came out in the arcades in 1988, and I was pretty lucky. I used to own the arcade board of this years ago, and the arcade one's pretty good fun. It's pretty good. It's a pretty hard game in the arcades, but it's good fun. I had the board for a little while and used to be able to finish it. So the arcade version is 2-player, when unfortunately the NES version, or the Famicom version, isn't 2-player. And the arcade one uses 3 buttons, which obviously got 2 buttons on the NES, so jump used to be with a 3rd button. But on this one you just press 2 buttons together and you jump. So, as I was saying, this came out in 1988 in the arcade game, in the arcades, and then it came out on the Famicom a year later. In Japan it's called Datsugoku, Prisoner of War. I probably just ruined that translation, but there you go. I think it's pretty good. It's not a bad little Famicom game. It's pretty good fun to play. It's not bad. It's not going to win any awards, any better. So we'll start it up. So I do start in this prison cell, and then you blow your way out. And pretty much you got kick, punch, and then you can do a back punch by pushing back and the punch button at the same time. 2 buttons together. Now to do this. Some little differences between this and the arcade. The last boss is different on the NES version, and in the arcade you couldn't pick up grenades and use them, but on this version you can. So on the arcade you couldn't actually do that. What you can do on this version of the game as well, you can go into these huts and you fight these guys in these huts, and then you get, if you beat them, you get power-ups and make the levels easier for you. So if you keep kicking him as he gets up. So you got the knuckle duster power up here, which makes your punches and kickers more powerful, so that's quite a useful item. And basically you just work your way through the game. You can pick up a weapon here, you can hit him with it, which saves you bullets, or you can actually shoot him, pretty much like the arcade one as well. You got to make sure you get on the right line to sort of kill these guys. I wanted to keep some bullets left now for this hut coming up. So I'm going to go in here. What I'm going to do is shoot these guys. Get the A power up. I got to be honest, I'm not quite sure exactly what that does. Now we've got 3 enemies on me. Say, like most NES games, you don't really get more than 3 enemies at once after. Stab me then, what a git. Yep. This gives me my life back, so that's a pretty obvious power up. So, what we'll do, I think we'll swap back to the game audio, and then we'll just play it and see how far I'm going to actually get. We'll have a little bit of review. Well, that's level 1. That didn't go too bad. So let's try. Well guys, that was 1 credit to that. That's Prisoner of War on the Famicom, or POW. So I used to quite like the arcade game. Like I said, I used to own the arcade board. It was pretty good fun. This version obviously is quite cut down compared to the arcade version, but it's not bad considering. Pity it doesn't have the 2-player option though, which is a little bit of a shame. But yeah, it's not a bad Famicom game. Definitely, if you got a Famicom and you like scroll-on beat 'em ups, it's probably well worth picking up. It'll take you a bit of practice to get good at it, but yeah, it can definitely be done on 1 credit as well. I don't know about 1 life, possibly on 1 life, I don't know. But it's all about getting the power-ups and making your way for the level. And different enemies got different attacks, but yeah, it's a pretty decent little Famicom game. I'm not sure the price of it. I was lucky enough to have mine for nothing, so the price of that was fantastic. But yeah, pretty decent game on the Famicom, and if you want a Famicom, definitely pick it up. So I'd probably give that, I don't know, 7 out of 10 for this beat 'em up. I think that's pretty much a fair sort of score for it. So hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Anyway, and I'll catch you in the next video.